new feature is going to make AirPods even better, and Apple is finally ditching Intel. This is Last Week in Tech. Hey guys, welcome to Last Week in Tech, the show where we take a look at some of the biggest stories last week in tech. My name is Jonathan, and let's get right into it. Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference was last week, or WWDC as many of you may know it by, and there were a lot of cool announcements, a lot of interesting announcements, and we're not going to get into iOS 14 because I did a separate video on iOS 14 already. If you want to take a look at that video, I'll go ahead and link it right here. It talks about the top 5 features for iOS 14, and spoiler alert, if you're an Android fan, you've probably already seen these features in your phones. Just putting that out there. But what I really want to talk about are some of the other interesting announcements, at least 2 of them that really caught my attention. First of all, Apple is finally ditching Intel. That means that Apple is going to start using their own ARM-based silicon chips inside their Mac line of computers. So why is that special? Why is that interesting? Well, there's 2 reasons why that actually can be a benefit for all of us as consumers, and I want to get into that. First of all, price. Ditching Intel means that Apple doesn't have to pay high prices for their chips anymore. That means that the money that they're going to be saving on making their computers, hopefully that savings get passed down to us as consumers. Now I know, this is Apple, this is the company that overprices many of their products, but hopefully Apple sees that they're saving money on making their MacBooks or their Mac line of products, and they pass that savings on to us as consumers. We can hope, I guess, right? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what Apple does with the pricing of their Mac line of computers. We can expect Apple to release one of their Mac products later this year with that new ARM-based chip inside. And really, this is going to be a 2-year transition. Apple hopes that after 2 years, all of their products are now running on their own silicon chips. Hopefully, that means better prices for us. The second reason why this is also going to be good news for us is performance. And I know these are ARM-based chips and they may have some type of limitations, but what we've seen with other Apple products is that Apple really gets the best results from their products when they're not only making the chips, but also all of the hardware. That's what Apple actually spoke about in the live stream event on Monday. They spoke about how their iPhones, how their iPads, using their own silicon inside those products, made those products even more powerful. They were able to really design their software based on those chips. And hopefully that same thing happens with the Mac line of products. It's kind of like Ford or GM sourcing their engines from a company that makes engines for a bunch of other companies. Really, they're not going to get the best performance out of that car. Instead, if they made their own engine specifically for that car, they should get way better performance. I know that's not a great analogy, but that kind of gives you an idea of why it's so much better if Apple creates their own silicon chips for their own products. They can really get the best performance out of them. We're really going to have to wait and see how developers take advantage or really utilize these ARM-based chips. Who knows how it's going to really turn out? I think it's going to be good in the long run, but we'll have to wait and see. Another interesting announcement has to do with the AirPods. And there were many features, well not many, but there were a few features announced for the AirPods. But one thing that really caught my attention was how much better it's going to make using the AirPods. If you don't like the AirPods, that's fine. I really love my AirPods. This is the product that I use almost every single day, and there's really one reason why: because they work really, really well. Yes, they're not the best sounding wireless earbuds. You're not going to get blown away by the audio experience because it's not very good, but what they do well is work. They just work really, really well. You just open them up, pop them in, and they just start working. There's nothing more to it. They're so convenient and easy to use. And now this new feature that was also announced at WWDC is seamless switching, which means it's going to be so much easier to switch between your devices and still be listening to audio from your AirPods. So I have my AirPods on, I'm listening to a podcast, for example, on my iPhone. And now I'm going to go watch a movie on my iPad. I just need to pick up my iPad, and the AirPods will automatically switch to the audio of the iPad. They will know that I am now going to watch something else on another Apple device and automatically switch the audio to that device. That is amazing. That is what AirPods are all about, making it more convenient, more easy to use, and really that's what makes AirPods so amazing. And that's what makes buying Apple products amazing. You may not like Apple products, they for you may be too expensive or overpriced, and I get that. A lot of their products are overpriced. But one thing that they do well is continue to build on their products, continue to add more and more features to them to make them even better. And if you own a variety of Apple products, it will make the experience even better. So I really found this feature to actually be really useful in the future. Imagine you're on your Mac, you're watching something or you're doing work on your Mac, you're listening to music, and then you go to your iPhone to now go on a run and on a jog. You don't have to take out your AirPods, or you have to turn on your iPhone and switch the audio from your AirPods on your Mac to your iPhone. It will do that all automatically. That's what makes these so special. Now let's get into some deals. And because this last week was all about Apple, let's continue that trend with some deals from Apple. The Apple iPad, the regular Apple iPad, the 10.2-inch version of the iPad, is already cheap at $329, right? But now it's on sale at Best Buy for $80 cheaper, $250 for the Apple iPad 10.2-inch, 32 gigabytes of storage. And that might be a really low amount of storage, but what you're getting in the iPad is really, really good. And remember those AirPods that I talked about, that I mentioned how great that feature is going to be and how they're even adding more features to the AirPods as time goes on? Well, these are also on sale. You can get the AirPods Pro for $20 off, or the regular AirPods without the wireless charging case for also $20 off, or the Apple AirPods with the wireless charging case for $30 off. I know that might be a little bit confusing, so I'll make sure to link all these products in the description below. There's some decent deals. I mean, Apple really doesn't put their products on sale. It's very rare, so take advantage if you can. And that's pretty much it for this week. There was a lot announced at WWDC 2020. I really just scratched the surface of everything that was announced. Even the two things that I talked about. There was so much more to it. If you have time, take a look at the recording of WWDC 2020 on Monday, the live stream. Take a look at it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos on tech news, reviews, and much, much more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell icon. I'll see you guys next week.